Yo, seriously, seriously. Why is it low resolution? Like, this is $1 billion gaming company, isn't it? Why is the res so low on these pictures? I'll never understand. Yeah, let's get started with this. What do you guys want to start with? Let's do worst to best, in my opinion. So, right off the bat, I'll have to give it to Trundle's Earthquake, even though it's the champion card. I think I'll talk about it as its own card, since it should be its own card. Most champion cards can be played as standalone cards. Ice Quake is, I'd say, undoubtedly the worst card in this list. It just doesn't make sense. The -3 is cute, because I guess you could play with Ash, if Ash is leveled up. But it also gives -3 to your Ash units as well, so you're not even hitting face at that point for much. 3 to all units, it's not enough. If it was 4, I'd say maybe it's semi-playable, because then there's some units that it actually covers, like, for example, Neverglade Protector, but 3? Only 3? I mean, it just doesn't do anything. And it's both ways. This is how crazy it is. If this card didn't affect your units, if this was give enemy units -3 this round, deal 3 to all enemy units, I don't even think it would be broken. It would be a niche card in, like, fearsome decks. Niche. Because you literally have an 8-drop that you can drop that gives -2 to all units when it attacks. And it has stats. This card is just really, really bad. But that kind of balances out Trundle, right? If this card was amazing, Trundle would be way overpowered. Because Trundle's pretty good stats. I mean, Trundle's pretty decent. I know people are saying he's not that great. I like Trundle. I'll get to him in a bit. But yeah, not really much to say about Ice Quake. I just don't think it's the greatest card ever. I think it's pretty bad. I think it's like maybe one of the worst cards we've seen so far. But it's a champion card. It's kind of nice to have it as a champion card, because you can't just talk about it as a standalone card. As a champion card, it's nice flexibility versus things like aggro. It's nice flexibility in a deck where all of your units have regeneration and high HP. It makes your deck more flexible to certain scenarios. And you're not top decking into the card itself, generally speaking, because it is a champion card, so it has double use. So I'm not going to hate on it too much. Alright. Chat, what would you guys say is the second worst card? You guys think it's Roar? Really? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not for me, at least. I think this is a very interesting card. It does need Enlighten to be good, but it also gives you really good healing, even without Enlighten. Like, it can give you pretty decent heal. Okay, I agree. I probably agree with you guys. This is probably the second worst card. It depends what you're playing it in. It can give you, like, really cheap... Let's have a look at this. I mean, Dreadway is not bad with this. You gotta be honest. Like, Dreadway plus 6 mana. Ladros plus 6 mana. Captain Farron plus 6 mana. She Who Wonders. Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, She Who Wonders is just a bad card overall. I'm not sure. I mean, Ladros Atrocity is the obvious combo, sure. I don't think it's good enough. Now you can get it out relatively cheaply and get benefit in terms of healing. Yeah, but okay, I'd love that con if it didn't have the condition of being when you're enlightened, because once you're at mana 10, it's kind of too late to do that. I mean, the heal really is nice. The heal really is nice. I'm not sold. I'm not sold that it's the worst card either, though. These are pretty underwhelming. Here's the problem with these two cards. I think it is expected there's going to be a champion that has healing synergy. And they just released a lot of healing cards out of nowhere. What's the champion's name? There's a League of Legends champion coming out with healing, right? Soraka, yeah, okay. I don't know what Soraka does. I don't know what she does. So, when I look at these cards, the first thing I think of is because I used to main Priest in Hearthstone. I have like 2,000 Priest wins. These are very Priest-like cards. You don't have this kind of gameplay style in Legends of Runeterra where you have minions that purposely drop HP to heal them to give you buffs. I can't tell you how good these cards are without knowing what their synergy is going to be. I mean, right off the bat, this is not horrible. A 4 mana 2/7 that continuously heals you. It doesn't heal you if you're full HP. It's not that bad. Like, this is healing for 7 HP. 4 mana heal for 7 with 2 attack is not that bad. So, this is an interesting card. It really is. And then, if this is interesting, I mean, this on its own sucks, I would say. Heal Nexus for 3, but it also lets you heal an ally for 3. And I don't know how good that is. Because maybe healing ally for 3 is broken. It might be. But it also, it's like, it's such a worse Tavern Keeper at this moment. Like, 3 mana heal for 3, 3/3. is so much better than this. I mean, if this was like a 5-6, then it would be really strong, but it's not. It's simply not. The 4-5 stat line sucks. You know, we missed an opportunity to put our face here. I just realized. We missed a really good opportunity to put our face right in the middle. It's too late now, though. It's too late, guys. It would be cringe at this point. Loktar Ogar, friends. Alright, I'm cringing. I'm back. Alright, the third card we're going to cover, I guess, after these two. I'm not going to cover these much. I'm going to go for our boy Auger. He has Overwhelm naturally, which is really good. Like, the fact that he has Overwhelm is really, really useful. Regeneration? Kind of good. 5 HP is a bit low for regeneration, but it's kind of decent. And he can give anything Overwhelm plus regen. That's the big one. But he requires you to behold a card. Interesting. And he doesn't curve out with Trundle either. Like, you can't really Trundle into Auger because giving him these two stats is kind of pointless since you're going to be getting them for free on mana 8. Weird. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's have a look. What are some good cards to use this in? Nope. Probably not. Like, how good is Regen on Lucian? Not that great. Overwhelm on Lucian, though. Given Lucian Overwhelm? With double attack? Maybe. Maybe. This actually, funny enough, it's not horrible on Braum. It's not, like, horrible. Like, the problem with Braum is you buff him up so much in general Braum decks that he doesn't have Overwhelm. So sometimes Overwhelm is kind of nice. No, and I could see this in a Garen deck occasionally. Like, if you're running it in a Garen deck, that is. Giving it to Garen, Overwhelm on Garen, it's kind of useful. Heimerdinger no, Quinn no, Swain no. Swain maybe. Actually, Swain maybe. Swain is not bad. But it's not Swain's playstyle to really go face. Like, nobody runs Might in Swain, right? Very few people do run Might in Swain. And it's kind of the same thing. I guess Regen is okay-ish on it. Vi's pretty good. Vi's pretty good with this. Wow, Vi's really good with this.
The old grappler. He was humble, respectful, would have used Riptide Rex in yesterday's game, and would immediately know that Auger should be paired only with Swole Squirrel for the memes.
My dude, Magic Man, you're right. You're right, dude. How could I forget? How could I forget Swole Squirrel? Guys, I thought that was a given. I thought that was literally a given. Come on, chat. I didn't think I needed to say it. Vi is amazing. Wow. Also, the fact that regeneration with Tough is really good. And if you're playing Vi with that, that means you're running Freljord as a main color. And if you're running Freljord with a main color, you can keep Vi alive. You can give her HP buffs like hell. And she's so hard to remove with HP buffs. Holy smokes, dude. You could make it like a Vi Splash into like a Freljord buff deck. You can do like Vi Braum. That could be pretty sick. Vi with Regen is amazing. Vi with Overwhelm is amazinger. Yeah, I could see this being really good. It curves out really well, it does. And if you have spell mana left over, you have stuff like the new buff card, you have the Iron Branch. You got a lot of cool things. I love it. That's a super sick combo. Lee Sin, he's too expensive. He's a 6 cost. Like, as we're going further ahead over, I think 5 and under is ideal, because you want to curve into it. He's not an 8 mana cost drop. That's the problem. Lee Sin, meh. It's just meh, I think. He doesn't need Regen because he has Barrier. I'm not a fan. Nautilus, it's so expensive, though. If you're running with Nautilus, how many 8-cost spells can you run? Like, how many 8-cost cards can you run? It's very meh. Like, the activation synergy is very meh, right? At least when you're playing, like, for example, Vi, you can drop Battle Fury on her the next turn and just level her from 2 to 10 immediately. But yeah, it's just not worth it. Easy to slot into Swain stage 1 for another win condition. Leviathan for easy. Yeah, but why don't people slot in Overwhelm on him? Like, you don't really need another win condition. Plus, you're also losing the effects of you're forced to run Freljord at that point, right? There's a lot of cards you want to run that are not in Freljord. As for units, I mean, Radiant Guardian's pretty good if you just think off the top of your head what's really good. Radiant Guardian, and that's about it, right? Like, what else? I mean, there's Riptide Rex. He's too expensive. Like, let's look 5 and under. Something like this, okay, but you're never main decking this card. I don't think 6 mana cost cards and up are good for this. You want to curve into it ideally. 6/5 Overwhelm, it already has Overwhelm, doesn't need the regeneration. Something like this is not bad at all. Like, Tarzak's really good. You guys are right. Good job, chat. Tarkaz is really, really good with this. I probably would main, if I'm running that card, I think I would main deck Tarkaz. Evoration Hearthguard is kind of decent. I mean, all of these are meh. Crocolith, yeah, chat, you're right. Crocolith can be really good with that. You can actually make Crocolith semi-playable. But then what are you running? What else are you running in this kind of deck? Like, what else are you running in this deck, chat? If you're running Crocodile, you're running like triple Ruination with Undyings, maybe? And you can give Undying Overwhelm, which is pretty good. Maybe I could see it possibly. I could see it possibly. They Who Endure doesn't need regen. It already has Overwhelm. It's pointless. I think that is it. Maybe Monkey's Idol, actually. What about Monkey Idol? Is this broken with regen? What do you guys think? Monkey Idol with regen? Yahoo! Never die! Good meme. Guys, you get permanent monkeys on board. You get permanent monkeys on board. You run a plunder deck. I mean, Freljord does have a bit of plunder. Like the ultimate plunder deck. That's great, guys. You guys gotta believe in my vision. Monkey Idol into regen. Love it. Slotbot. Slotbot can be really good too. Slotbot has trouble hitting face, and he does get big really quickly. But I don't think you run Slotbot decks in Freljord. That's really, really meh. But yeah, overall, it has a lot of applications, a lot of cards you could run him with. So I'd say he's definitely one of the best cards here, if not the best. But I think Trundle's better than him. I see myself playing Trundle more than I play him. So as for Trundle, our favorite troll. Wait, why aren't trolls a thing, dude? There should be a troll category, man. Troll, you know? Why are trolls not a thing? That's disappointing. My dreams are shattered. There may be. They might update it to be, if they decide to make more cards that are like actually troll synergy. It really should be though. Even if it has no synergy anywhere, they should preemptively put troll on these cards. Just like Garen is a elite, right? Alright, so Trundle, guys. 4-6 with regen on mana 5. That's really good stats. That is really, really decent stats. Like, we currently have the 4-5, right? We currently have Scar Maiden with 1 less HP with Overwhelm. And this is almost playable. I actually played this in a deck before. It's almost playable. So let's compare it to Scar Maiden Reaver. 6 HP is such a big deal. Like, 5 HP to 6 HP, it's a huge difference. His level up is meh. I don't care about this attack ramp me +1 for each 8-cost card you behold. What I care about is the fact that he's Overwhelm and regen as a 5/7 for 5. So what I'm thinking about is Trundle Braum and how good that feels. How good would Trundle Braum feel in a game? He gives you the free Ice Pillar, which is an activator for Behold cards, if you're running Behold cards. I don't even know if you do run Behold cards. I don't know if Behold is going to be competitive. He's a 5-drop, which is really good, because if I ramp him in with the 5-cost card, I can play him a mana 4, and then level him a mana 7. I don't know. I don't know. Warmother Call with Trundle. Yeah, but why do you care if you pull him with Warmother? Like, he's not the unit you want to be pulling with Warmother. He really isn't. Oh, this is pretty cool. Actually, this is a permanent buff. So every time you attack, you get extra damage. That's pretty nice. I like that. Doesn't Trundle just become a Freljord Garen, but with a worse level up? Yeah, to an extent. I mean, the big difference is, though, like, 6 HP is so much better than 5 HP. You've got so many 5-attack units being meta right now. You have Yetis, you have the 5-1 Challenger, you have a lot of ways to hit for 5. You don't have a lot of ways to hit for 6. Like, 5 and 6 is 2 different worlds apart. I'm gonna say he's probably a bit worse than Auger. I'm gonna try to play him. I can't really analyze him, though, without seeing more expensive cards come out. If you ramp to 10 mana quickly, you can play Roar on Ice Pillar to fill your mana again. That sounds horrible, dude. Let me think. So, Ice Pillar, it only refills 8 mana, unfortunately. It would be cool if it refilled more mana. Plus, if you play Roar on Ice Pillar, you heal for 0, which sucks. Trundle Dice of Reckoning, he does. He does indeed. Wow, what a hard card to analyze here. I mean, they are pretty meh. This is like probably the best card I have here, for being honest. I still am excited to play this. I like playing beefy units with a lot of HP and regeneration, just playing for value trading and just getting a fat board. But that loses to so many different archetypes. It loses to Ezreal. It loses to like leveled up Ashe with like multiple freezes that get behind you. Spooky Trundler, it's a play effect on Ice Pillar, so you don't even get your mana back from this getting revived. If this was a summon effect, this would be a lot stronger. Yeah, I'm not convinced with the package, now that I think about it a bit better. But we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so what I'm most excited about here, in all honesty, are these 2 cards. I want to see what kind of heal archetype we're going to be able to make with the new hero when she is shown. Running Trundle in Demacia doesn't sound too bad. Gives you Overwhelm to finish out games, maybe. I mean, maybe. But like, what are you playing? Trundle Garen? Trundle Fiora? Yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm gonna come back to these cards after we see what the new champion is, and we can discuss them then. But this whole heal archetype makes me very excited. I just don't know what it's gonna be like.